everyone! Today we're jumping back into Roblox and continuing our adventure in Combat Arena because honestly, I really enjoy this game. The action is intense, the battles are fun, and I can't wait to see what happens next. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and drop a like. It's super important for me and helps the channel grow. And of course, I want to hear from you. So feel free to share your thoughts, strategies, or just random ideas in the comments. And if you think it's over, bro, it hasn't even begun. You're still in the appetizer stage of the hamster mind buffet. We're barely past the mental breadsticks. The real nonsense, it's simmering, bubbling, waiting behind the door, like a raccoon with a kazoo. And the door, that's the sub button. You open it, boom, full access to Chaos Central. And don't even pretend like you're not curious. You've been sitting here absorbing brain static for what? 15 minutes. That's not by accident. That's fate. That's destiny with a chewed up minty twist. I was thinking, what if dreams are just our brain watching its own blooper reel? Like, here's you trying to ride a bicycle through soup while being chased by a talking fork. That's not prophecy. That's psychological improv comedy. Dreams aren't messages from the universe. They're your brain dropping all the puzzle pieces on the floor and going lol whoops. And I respect that. I live that. This entire monologue? Just a waking dream, a gum-powered hallucination that somehow made it to your screen. I should not exist. Yet here I am, living proof that you can put zero thought into something and still end up with a fan base if you scream with enough confidence. Speaking of screaming, have you ever screamed into a jar and sealed it shut? Neither have I, but now I can't stop thinking about it. Like, what happens to the scream? Does it bounce around like a ghost fart? Does it age like wine? If you open the jar in 5 years, will it still be angry? I want to start a collection. Little emotional time capsules. This jar contains my rage from stubbing my toe on June 3rd, 2022. Pure, unfiltered, echo in a bottle. And you might be like, hamster, what's the point of all this? And to that I say, exactly. That's the point. There is no point. That's the beauty. We're breaking free from the prison of logic. We're chewing gum in church. We're bringing rubber ducks to business meetings. We are the fever dream of the internet made real. You could be doing anything right now. School, chores, texting someone who ghosted you. But you're here, listening to me turn loose neurons into verbal spaghetti. That's art, bro. Accidental art. Unlicensed, unhinged, unforgettable. And if anyone asks what this channel is about, just tell them it's about a hamster who talks until the gum gives out or reality collapses. Whichever comes first. That's the vibe. That's the brand. And when we hit 1,000 subs, and we will, I'm throwing a virtual party where the only entry requirement is being unreasonably weird. Bonus points if your favorite color is static, and your favorite food is depends on the mood. Double quotes also, real quick. Why does time feel faster when you're holding a sandwich? Is it the sandwich that bends time? Is bread the original time machine? Or maybe sandwiches are just too perfect and reality can't handle it, so it skips ahead. Like, you weren't supposed to enjoy that. Skip 2 hours. I've literally lost days to sandwiches. That's power. Respect the sandwich. Anyway, my gum's still alive. Still holding on. Unlike my grip on reality. But that's fine. I don't need stability. I need subscribers. And you, yes, you. With the face, you can make it happen. One click. One step closer to greatness. You don't need a reason. You are the reason. You're the chosen one. The chosen one. The final boss of indecisiveness. And this is your quest. Sub, like, and join the most confusing movement since people started dipping fries in milkshakes. Because the next part, oh, it's gonna be loud. It's gonna be dumber than a pigeon trying to solve a Rubik's Cube with spaghetti. It's gonna be so strange that even your reflection's gonna go, bro, you good. and you'll say, yes, I subscribed to the hamster. I'm never going back. See you in part 5. Unless the gum mutates and I become sentient flavor, then I'll see you in every pack of gum forever. All right, here we go, diving even deeper into the endless maze of thoughts that bounce around in the mind of a gum-chewing hamster streaming Roblox and rambling about the weirdness of existence. So imagine this. Life is like a giant, glitchy game where the rules keep changing and nobody handed out the instruction manual. One minute you think you've figured out the controls, and the next you're falling off invisible platforms or getting stuck in corners, wondering how you ended up there in the first place. And all the while, chewing gum. That simple, sticky little thing becomes your anchor, your rhythm to stay sane in a world that's constantly shifting under your paws. You start noticing things you never paid attention to before, like how the flavor of gum fades, but the gum itself stays, stretching and twisting, refusing to disappear. It's kind of like how memories work, isn't it? Some feelings fade away, some details blur, but there's always a core that sticks with you, even if you try to spit it out. And time, oh man, time's the biggest trickster. We measure it in clocks and calendars, but it doesn't care about any of that. Time flies when you're having fun, drags when you're bored, and sometimes loops back on itself, making deja vu feel like a glitch in the Matrix. Maybe time isn't linear at all. Maybe it's more like a roller coaster, twisting and turning, sometimes making you scream, sometimes making you laugh, but always moving forward, whether you want it to or not. And here's a wild thought. What if every moment we live is like a pixel in some giant cosmic image that we can't see? Each pixel might seem random and meaningless on its own, but when they all come together, maybe they form a picture so big and strange we can't even imagine it. So, all those little things, the lost socks, the lemons that never get eaten, the random ideas that pop into your head during a stream, maybe they're just tiny pieces of that picture. And speaking of socks, seriously, where do they go? It's like there's a secret sock dimension where all the missing socks hang out, throwing parties without us, while we're stuck trying to figure out why our pairs keep getting broken. Maybe one day we'll invent a machine that can open a portal to that place, and all our missing socks will come back. But honestly, I kinda hope not, because that mystery makes life a little more fun. And as we ramble on, chewing gum and making sense of nonsense, there's this feeling that maybe we're all connected by the weird little moments we share, like laughs at the ridiculous things, or the quiet understanding that life is messy and strange and beautiful all at once. So if you're still here, still chewing along with me, don't forget to hit subscribe and drop a like, because every single one of you is what keeps this wheel spinning. What turns these random thoughts into a community of weirdos who get it. Our goal of 1,000 subscribers isn't just a number, it's a milestone in our shared adventure. A sign that we're all part of something bigger than just a chat or a stream. And trust me, the story's far from over. There's so much more madness to come, more weird wisdom, more deep dives into the nonsense that makes us human. So buckle up, because this hamster's journey is just beginning. And the wheel keeps turning faster and faster into the unknown. Imagine if your reflection was really just a super patient dance instructor from another dimension, teaching you a choreography so complicated it takes your entire life to learn. Every time you brush your teeth, it's secretly step 47 of 8,000, and when you tie your shoes, that's step 48. And the day you finish the last move, your reflection just smiles, gives you a thumbs up, and walks away forever, leaving the mirror completely empty. That would freak people out so badly that half the planet would start duct taping paper over there. Mirrors! And speaking of mirrors, what if they didn't show you right now, but always a few seconds in the future? You'd be brushing your hair and suddenly see yourself trip before it happens, which could be both really helpful and really annoying. you'd never be surprised again. But you'd also ruin every jump scare in horror movies. And maybe that's why mirrors fog up. They're taking a break so they don't accidentally show you something you're not supposed to see. Yet, here's another thought. What if every time you yawned, you opened a tiny invisible portal, and some random small object from another world just popped into our reality? Somewhere, someone's lost spoon is falling out of your yawn and clattering on the floor. Maybe that's where all those mysterious extra buttons and drawers come from. And if that's true, then every grandma on the planet is secretly the most powerful interdimensional smuggler. Because they yawn a lot and have entire jars full of those buttons. Also, I think escalators are just lazy treadmills pretending to be productive. They could move faster, but they're just chilling, letting you feel like you're achieving something while they do all the work. Imagine if one day, escalators decided to speed up to running pace. Malls would turn into Olympic training grounds in 10 seconds flat. If you've stayed with me this long, you are 100% the type of person I want in this crew. That means subscribe, smash the like button, and drop the weirdest, most brain-bending idea you've got into the comments. I want this channel to be the place where YouTube's algorithm has no idea what's going on but can't stop recommending it to people. We're still aiming for 1,000 subscribers, and the faster we get there, the faster I can do a special episode where I read your strange thoughts, like ancient prophecy. Now, imagine if every single star in the night sky was actually a flashlight, being held by a bored alien, and they sometimes blink them just to mess with us. Imagine if every star really was just an alien holding a flashlight, and constellations were basically their group selfies. Some of them are trying to look cool and artistic, like Orion, while others are just photobombing that random bright star. Alright, that's going to wrap up today's Combat Arena stream in Roblox. Thanks for hanging out and watching all the chaos with me. This game never stops being fun. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like, because it really helps me out and keeps the channel growing. And hey, drop your thoughts, tips, or even wild ideas in the comments. I read them all and love seeing what you guys come up with. See you in the next stream. We're just getting started.